bent out of shape as you supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. And our idiom, our expression today is out of shape or bent out of shape. Doing physical and focusing on physical well-being and health for the month of January as part of our annual challenge, BU 365-day challenge. So I thought for the rest of this month, why not go ahead and think about physical idioms, things that have to do with our physical, actual existence of our business. And part of that is about us and how we take care of ourselves, as well as how we take care of our business. So I looked up out of shape, and this is one of those idioms or expressions that doesn't really have a defined origin. It was used in 1833 to mean bent meant drunk on alcohol or out of sorts because of drug use. And in 1862, Edward A. Walker, I believe his name was, used it in a book that, or a story that he wrote about the first year of Army life. Now, bent out of shape, there's 10 signs as humans. There's lots of articles written on how do we know when we're physically out of shape. You know, if we're breathless, when we're exerting minimum activity, or when we're, doing things that normally wouldn't bother us. Remember running up the flights of stairs at the Empire State Building with my ex-husband and thinking, because it was like 20 minutes before closing and we wanted to get up there, running up the stairs and thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have a heart attack. And then lo and behold, a couple of years later, I actually had a sudden cardiac arrest, but maybe I created that. I don't know. So am I physically feeling out of shape? And there's ways that we know. Do you pick the closest parking spot when you go somewhere? Do you lean forward and bend forward when you're doing a squat or just squatting down to pick something up? Do you have a high resting heart rate? Do you, what are some other things? Do you tire easily? Do you feel tired and exhausted all the time with normal activity? Do you experience injuries or challenges? And I got to thinking about, well, what do these mean with respect to my business? So I made a little brainstorm list and I thought, okay, am I seeing increased problems in my business? Now, there's always problems in our business. And as we grow and supersize our business, there's upsides and downsides to everything, right? So increased problems might not mean that my business is out of shape or having issues, but it might be a sign that it is. If I'm seeing an increase in the number of fires and questions and things that I'm having to deal with, or my managers are having to deal with, it could be a sign that something is out of whack in our processes, our procedures. Am I losing customers? Am I switching customers? Or am I hearing from my customers more complaints or challenges? A lot of times people will tell us everything we need to know if we just ask them. Are expenses going up? Well, a lot of times when you're building your business, expenses in certain areas will rise, right? So it's not necessarily an indicator of problems or being out of shape, but it could very well be. Are profits going down? Now, I'm a little more concerned about profitability than I am about individual expenses in my organization, but it's up to you to decide what's most important for you to look at. Is my culture, or am I feeling more emotional or more negatively emotional about different areas or aspects of my business? Are there things creeping up in our culture or in our organization that we need to address? Are there little turf wars or infighting or things that we never would have expected that are popping up? That means something is out of whack or something is out of shape in the business and we need to take care of it. Am I experiencing, or is anyone in my organization experiencing increased stress? Now, again, stress can be eustress, a good stress, because your business is growing and expanding quickly, or it can be a stress telling me, okay, I'm staying awake at night because of this problem or that problem. Are we experiencing increased competition? Again, if we're in a growing industry, we may be experiencing increased competition, but it also might be a sign that we're not meeting our customers' needs as well as we used to be, and we might need to address that. All of these, are we experiencing legal issues or legal challenges? Are we having regulatory issues or challenges? Are we having more problems than we used to have? Are we having more stress than we used to have? Are we having anything more negative that feels worse to us than we used to have? Then we need to be addressing that and problem solving and figuring out what's going on and what's out of shape or out of whack or not right with our business. If we catch ourselves or other people making excuses, Oh, it's because of the economy. Oh, it's because we can't get enough help. Oh, it's because of this or that. Oh, it's because of, and making excuses. And we know if we're making excuses or not, right? We can make excuses for the media, but we know we're making excuses for the media. They might not know we are, and regular people might not know we are, but we always know if we're making excuses. And that means we need to catch ourselves and say, okay, what's off in what it is that I'm doing or I'm trying to do? What am I missing? Because sometimes we're just missing something. Then I realized all of these fall under the umbrella of pain. If I'm feeling any sort of pain, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, then that means I need to ask the question and figure out what's going on. What is the root cause of that pain? And then what am I going to do about it? Sometimes there's pains that are happening in our businesses in our life that we can't do anything about, right? Then we can do certain things about them, but a lot of times things are outside of our control. I think of the COVID pandemic. The COVID pandemic and the resulting behaviors of certain entities because of it have caused immense pain and destruction to many businesses and many industries. Now, there's in each industry, no matter how much it's been devastated by the pandemic, there are shining stars and examples of people who have risen above that pain and found solutions to what they were doing before. And they've altered and they've pivoted and they've changed and they've grown and they've found different ways to serve people and serve in this altered state of reality, this altered state of the economy and business and politics and pandemic, etc. So ask yourself today, do I need to do a little audit? How am I feeling about my business? Is it out of shape? Am I out of shape in any way? Am I not eating right, not taking care of myself, not having the energy I used to have that I brought to building and growing and supersize my business? And then that's where you start. We always start with ourselves, and we encourage the people in our organizations to start with themselves and say, has something changed in my life that's causing me to have more pain? And if it is, what am I going to do about it? And then if that's impacting the business and our livelihood, then we definitely need to jump in and do something about that. So love to know your experience with being out of shape. COVID has been my excuse to get out of shape in ways that I normally wouldn't. And I'm done using it as an excuse. And this year is all about getting back in the shape I want to be in all areas and aspects of my life. All right, have an awesome day. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, share your comments below, and I will be with you tomorrow with another physical idiom to help us supersize and grow our businesses. Have a great day.